Okay, let's talk about something that's running our bodies literally every single second of the day, but we almost never think about them. I'm talking about hormones. You can think of them as these invisible directors just orchestrating everything behind the scenes. And in this explainer, we're going to figure out how to understand their language. You know those days, right, where you're tired, but you have no idea why. Or maybe your mood is all over the place and you just feel off. It really does feel like your body is trying to send you a signal, but the message is getting scrambled. Well, what if I told you that by the end of this, you'll actually start to understand the language it's speaking? And here it is, the key to decoding it all. Don't think about complex biology for a second. Instead, I want you to imagine hormones as your body's own internal messaging app. Yeah, like WhatsApp. They're basically tiny little texts sent from one part of your body to another, making sure everything stays connected and coordinated. It's really as simple as that. So first up, let's take a look at how this internal messaging network really operates. It's this incredibly sophisticated system that's dedicated 100% to communication, making sure every single part of you is on the same page. So how do these texts get delivered? Well, instead of Wi-Fi or, cell service, your body has its own superhighway, the bloodstream. It carries these chemical messages to every possible destination, delivering these really crucial instructions. Stuff like telling your stomach to start digesting, or your brain that, hey, it's time to feel sleepy. So, how does a message actually get from point A to point B in this system? Well, it all boils down to this beautifully simple three-part process. It's just like sending a text. You need a sender, you need the message itself, and of course, you need a receiver. And here's how it breaks down. First, you've got the senders. These are your endocrine glands, like the thyroid or the pancreas. They're the ones typing out the message. Second, you've got the message itself. That's the hormone, like insulin or cortisol. And finally, you have the receiver. Now, these are specific cells that have special receptors. It's almost like having a unique notification sound that lets them read that specific message and know exactly what to do. Sender, message, receiver. It's a simple but an incredibly powerful system. Okay, so we know how the messages get sent, but what are they actually saying? Let's take a look at some of the most important instructions getting delivered inside your body, probably right now. This is a great look at some of the most common texts your body sends. Like right after a meal, your pancreas sends out insulin with a clear message. Hey cells, store this sugar for later. Or maybe you're feeling stressed. Your adrenal glands deploy cortisol, saying, stress alert, get ready to fight or flee. And as it gets dark, melatonin chimes in. It's bedtime, time to slow down and sleep. So you see, each hormone has a very distinct and a very important job to do. But, this system isn't foolproof. What happens when there's bad reception? When messages get garbled, or sent to the wrong address, or just not sent at all? This is where we start to feel the very real effects of what we call a hormonal imbalance. Here's the difference in a nutshell. On one side, with balanced messages, everything just works. Your energy is stable, your mood feels consistent, you feel good. But on the other side, when those messages get interrupted, you get symptoms. It's your body's way of showing you a message delivery failed error, and that can show up as fatigue, mood swings, or even changes in your weight. So what causes these communication breakdowns? Well, a lot of the time, it comes down to the big pillars of our lifestyle. Chronic stress, for example, can just flood the system with cortisol, and that drowns out other important messages. A diet that's high in processed foods can interfere with insulin signals, making it way harder for cells to get that store sugar message. And not getting enough quality sleep, that can disrupt the production of dozens of crucial hormones that regulate everything from our appetite to how our body repairs itself. Any one of these can scramble your body's internal network. So let's bring this all together now. Understanding this whole system, it's not about memorizing biology terms. It's really about appreciating the incredible communication network that keeps you up and running every day. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. Think of your health as this massive group chat between all your organs, with your hormones basically acting as the moderators. When that communication is clear, when it's efficient, the whole group, your entire body, thrives. In this system, connection is everything. Connection is balance. And that really leaves us with one final thought. Our lifestyle choices, the food we eat, our stress levels, how much we sleep, they are constantly influencing this messaging system. They're basically the content of the text we're sending. So it's worth asking yourself, what kind of messages are you helping your body send today?